A very beautiful argument by Maharishi Dayanand Saraswati. The question is, the Neo-Vedantists hold that God is the non-distinct agental material cause of the world. Yatornanabihi srijate ghrunate cha, says Mundaka Upanishad 1/1/7. Just as the spider brings nothing from outside but draws fibers from within it, similarly God creates the worlds out of himself and appearing himself in the form of the world, sports there. That God, desiring to be manifold, transforms himself into the shape of the world by dint of his mere contemplation. For example, Adavante cha yennasti vartamane api tattata, says Acharya Gaudapada Karika on Mundaka Upanishad. What Acharya Gaudapada says, what was non-existent before the birth and shall be non-existent after the end does not exist even in the present. The universe did not exist before the creation and shall not exist after the dissolution. Before the creation there was only Brahman, and after the dissolution there will remain only Brahman. Therefore the present universe is also nothing but Brahman. This is what Acharya Gaudapada and the other Vedantists, Neo-Vedantists says. Maharishi beautifully answers. Maharishi says, answer, if God were the material cause of the universe, as you hold, then he would become changeable, transformed, and corruptible. Besides, the attributes, tendencies, and nature of the cause are invariably discoverable in its effect. I repeat, the attributes, tendencies, and nature of the cause are invariably discoverable in its effect. This is Vaisheshik Sutra says, Karana Gunapurvakaha Karya Guno Drishtaha. That is, the qualities of the material cause persist in the effect too. Therefore, if God were the material cause of the universe, as they say, how is it that God is imperishable, sentient, and blissful? Sentient means Chetan and blissful, but the world is changeful, insentient, and blissless. Insentient means Jada. God is invisible, the world is visible. God is indivisible, the world is divisible. If the earth and the other objects of the world were the material effects of Paramatma God, they being inert and insentient, God should also be inert and insentient, or God being sentient, they should also be sentient. And further Maharishi says, your analogy of the spider, here the spider example came, right, Ornanabi. So he says, your analogy of the spider does not support your view, but contradicts it. The material cause of the web is the body of the spider, and the agental cause is its soul. Agental cause means, material cause means, we say that Upadan Karan. Agental cause means Nimitt Karan. The Nimitt Karan is soul. The Upadan material cause is the web, is the body of the spider. Similarly, God being pervasive through the materia radica means Prakriti. God being pervasive through the Prakriti makes the world out of the matter existing within himself, and after having created it, pervades it, supervising it through, and enjoying its own natural bliss. Moreover, this phenomenon testifies to God's special organization, as fibers do not come out of the body of other creatures. So fibers come from the body of the spider is a unique creation of Paramatma, but that does not mean that Paramatma himself converts into the universe. This is a very important point. And further Maharishi says, as regards to God's insight on the Ikshana, that is, God thought and willed, may I make myself patent. Patent means the meaning is recognizable. May I make myself recognizable by creating the world. This is a statement of Upanishad. So Maharishi writes, it simply means that when God creates the world, then only he becomes recognizable in association with gross objects, and then only souls know him through thoughts, through knowledge, through meditation, through preaching, and through hearing. When dissolution takes place, that means when the pralaya happens, none knows him except emancipated souls, means except the mukta jivatmas. None other knows him and himself. Paramatma knows himself and mukta jivatmas knows. The karika adavante said by Gaudapadaha, that adavanta karika. Maharishi writes, the karika adavante under reference is very misleading. The universe was not patent before it was created, and after it is dissolved up to the time it is again created, it remains in latent stage. Rigveda says, Tama asi tamasa gudaham agre. Rigveda 10 by 129 by 3. And also Maharishi Manu Bhagavan says in Manusmriti 1 by 5, he says, Asid idam tamo bhutam aprajnatam alakshanam apratarkayam avijneyam prasuptam iva sarvatah. This whole universe was enveloped in darkness in the dissolution preceding this creation, and will become the same when the dissolution commences again. In that condition, it was neither knowable, nor thinkable, nor perceptible by patent sense assignments, means by recognizable sense organs, nor will it be. But at present, in the state of this creation, it is patent, it is recognizable and knowable by the means of apparent assignments. It is, so to speak, duly present. The statement of the Karika of Gaudapada that the universe is not existent even in the present time is false and invalid, because what the knower knows through valid evidences can never be otherwise. Very, very important point. So this we must try to understand very much, and that's why we must not believe the Neo-Vedantists. The Vedanta, the current present Advaita Vedanta, Vishishta Vedanta, etc. does not tally with the Vedic knowledge. So this we must try to understand very well. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.